But is Baru. Kumnik in and the puck skips into the net. Austin Kumnik on the breakaway. Pick it up. Sending one in on net. Rebound there. Power play coming. Here's it. Kicks in front. Player knocked down. Puck still loose on the backhand. And he'll tuck it in. Bloomer. Number 1, the squish tender, Connor Evans. Number 88, Danny Foster. Number 5, Dino Felino. Number 2, Enzo Vickers. Number 26, Finn Bowen. And as they snipe one, let's get out to the side. Centering pass. Sent in front. That's fought off. Another try. Spinning with the puck. Sending it in, and it finds the back of the cage. Enzo Vickers. By Baru, trickles just wide. Puck still loose. Wrapping it around, sending it back in front. Another stop, and that one will get in behind. Vickers follows on. The Pens are on the power play now. Goldberg gets to it, and he's able to pot it in behind. Waving at the puck. Able to find the 5-hole this time. He's able to bank it off the boards, finding an indirect pass right to Bloom. Bloom will crisscross, drive inside, wrap it all the way around, send one off the goalie, right to the stick of Bowen. As the defense didn't stay back. Breakaway for the Minutemen. Full splitsies by Squish, and he gets the rebound. And now he'll come back around and get another one. But Squish tenders the bench. It'll come through to Foster. He skips free. He's in all alone. He'll carry it to the outside, and he'll tuck it in behind. Danny Foster. And your starting lineup today brought to you by the Training Table here at the Lemieux Center. In net, usually wearing number 1 today in a blank jersey, the Squish Tender. At center, Nate Goldberg. Your wings, Grayson Baru, George Luarchuk. And on defense, Danny Foster and Dino Felino. Puck's in the Valley Forge zone. Foster plays it across to Felino, D-to-D pass. It comes free to Goldberg. He cranks one off the skate of a Valley Forge defenseman. Puck kept in by Foster to the corner for Luarchuk. Luarchuk stays on the puck. He's almost able to keep it in the zone. Foligno will get to it. Looks to dump and get a change, but it's cut off by Valley Forge. Warchuk into pressure. He'll take control, get it deep, and the Pens will get a line change behind the play. Wrapped around, caught. They'll go D to D behind their net. That play is cut off this time by Schweitzer. Schweitzer looks for Bloom, skips past him. Valley Forge will try the breakout. That's cut off by Dixon. Dixon looking for Schweitzer, gets past him to Lohr on the half wall. Schweitzer will get there in support, but Valley Forge will kick it out to center past Kumnick. Kumnick quick enough to keep up with it, catch it, get to the puck. He tosses it off the boards to a teammate, but he was hauled down on the play, and we'll get our first Penguin power play, a tripping call coming on Valley Forge. Two younger officials here today. And we'll have a face-off coming outside of the Valley Forge zone. Outside of the Penn zone. Won by Pittsburgh as Dixon looks to hit Vickers. Wrapped around behind, pressure from Baru. Knocked off his stick, but right to Goldberg. Goldberg will wind up and fire. Stick on puck, sends it in behind the net on the block shot. Vickers gets there first, but it's taken by Valley Forge, cleared up but not out. Kept at the blue line by Dixon. Baru is bodied on the half wall as Valley Forge wraps it the whole way around where Kubnik will get to it and keep it in the zone. He drives the right corner on the backhand, cuts in behind, centering pass. Skips was skipping just wide of the cage to the right-hand side. And Valley Forge will regroup and send it down ice. This one will get in on Squish. He'll make the stop and set it up for Dixon. Dixon kicks it in around behind for Kumnick. Kumnick finds Vickers, and he comes through center into the offensive zone. Cuts to the back to the middle. Sends a backhander on net. That's stopped. Spinning with it again, another save by Valley Forge as they wrap it around. 46 seconds left to go on the Penguins' power play. Zachy with the puck now at the point. He looks down low. Zachy sends it back up. Foligno keeps it into Goldberg. His shot stopped and held as well, and Valley Forge will get the whistle and the face-off in the offensive zone. It'll be Bloom on the draw. Kept in the zone, turning with it. I believe Zachy, he sends a lofty pass out in front. Lohr gets there. He tries to send it in on net, unable to connect. Valley Forge kicks it out to the left. Kept in the zone by Foligno, and that's going to come free to Bowen. Bowen finds Bloom. Bloom hooked a bit, but he's able to carry it in behind. Reverses to the point, but it's out of the reach of Zachy, and the Pens will have to regroup in their own end. Banked off the boards, cut off by Valley Forge, and they'll dump it deep this time, left wing corner. Gathered by Zachy. He goes off the boards for Bowen. Skips past his stick, but he's able to get control. And the Pens have a 3-on-2 as Bloom leads him into the zone. Crisscrossing with Lohr. Stops up, looks to his backhand. Possesses in the corner. Power play is over. Everybody's at full strength as Dixon sends one towards the net. That's blocked. Bloom will kick it forward. That's sent back around, this time for Foster, whose shot goes wide of the cage. Bowen chases it down in the corner, kept at the point by Dixon. Dixon will dump it back in for Bowen. Skips past him, but Lohr will get there. Lohr looks up, finds Vickers flying into the offensive zone. He'll wrap around, try to shoot. Skips off of his stick and cleared by Valley Forge. Gathered in by Dixon. Nice D-to-D play to Foster. Back to Dixon, and the Pens will try the left side. It kicks off the skate of Vickers and is carried back in by Valley Forge. Winding, firing, great stick on puck defensive play by Foster. And it's sent behind the cage to Vickers. He's pressured. Valley Forge with some offensive zone time here as they keep it at the blue line. Now it'll be Luarchuk. He'll take his time and he'll nicely clear the zone, but it's picked off and sent back in offsides by the Minutemen. Face-off to come outside of the Pen zone here. Period 1, 9:28 to go. 0-0 Pens Elite and Valley Forge. Vickers on the draw. It kicks back to the Pens where Luarchuk will pick it up and try the left side. Carries around. Sends one cross ice looking for Vickers. It's off of a stick into the corner. Banked off the boards, gathered in by Kumnik. Kumnik will send it to the net. Vickers and Luarchuk there. It'll be Luarchuk getting it after another attempt to clear by Valley Forge is unsuccessful. They'll try it again. This time, pressure coming from Vickers keeping it in. Banked off the boards for Baru. Baru looking, stopping, turning. He possesses. It's knocked just off his stick and past Zachi, who will come back into the Pens end to regroup. Zachi picks it up, banks it off the boards, kept in at the blue line by Valley Forge. Pressure from Baru, kicks it to Kumnik. Kumnik's got Schweitzer and Luarchuk. Kumnik looking for a pass. He'll dangle into a little bit of trouble and send it back to the point man. Fresh on the ice is Lohr. His shot blocked out front, cleared but not out as Kumnik keeps it in. A little Datsuki and knocked down there. Carrying it into the corner with Schweitzer. He falls and back come the Minutemen. No further than the stick of Foligno. Foligno off the boards for Bowen, but taken by Valley Forge back out to center. Foster gloves it down there, banks it off the wall. Bowen will skate into it. 3-on-2, now 4-on-2 develops for the Pens. That shot in low, rebound sits there. Foster sent it just wide of the cage. Lohr gets there. He looks for Schweitzer. Schweitzer will center one. Bowen in front, but the Valley Forge netminder equal to the test. 7:42, a 0-0 tie here from the Lemieux Center. As Goldberg will take the draw. He's got Vickers and Luarchuk flanking him, Foster and Foligno at the blue line. Kept in by Foster, down low for Luarchuk. He'll carry it into the opposite corner, knocked down there. Vickers will pick it up. He'll find Foligno. Foligno looks for Foster, it's just out of his reach. And it's gathered in by Foster at center. He'll kick it to Foligno. He'll go indirect off the boards, dumping it in for Vickers. Vickers will give chase. Penguin pressure here. Now Luarchuk. He spins one back to the middle, picked up by Vickers. Shot sent wide. Vickers will get to the rebound, though. Try to center. That's defended nicely by Valley Forge. Now Foligno with it. He finds Foster. Foster's shot from the outside. Rebound kicks free. And it's cleared by Valley Forge. Foligno there to try to toss it back into dangerous areas. Second shot, that stick on puck and blocked out front. And back come Valley Forge. Up the right side. Shot comes in from the outside. Squish will toss it into a corner. Good positioning there by Squish to deflect the puck out of danger. Valley Forge able to change as the puck's battled for at the blue line, and on comes Goldberg. Vegas Golden Nate into the offensive zone. His shot stopped and held. Puck pressure at the blue line forces the turnover, and Goldberg had a breakaway. Face-off won by the Pens. Kumnik will shoot that one just wide of the net. Bowen gets there. He spins it back towards the middle. Kumnick will chase it down. Schweitzer will fill for him on D. And back comes Valley Forge 3-on-2. That's broken up by the combination of Dixon and Schweitzer. We have a collision at the blue line as Dixon clears it for Bowen. Knocked off his stick. A battle will go down on the wall. Bowen able to knock it free. Dixon able to carry it on. He carries up the left wing side. He's pressured there. He'll continue to battle as it pops to Schweitzer. Schweitzer carries in behind. He'll stop and turn, bank it off the side of the net. Set it back up at the point for Dixon. Steps around one, centering pass. Nice feed to Bowen. Puck's just knocked off of his stick. Schweitzer back in after it. Now Bowen gets stick on puck. It deflects out to the middle. Skips over the stick of Bloom and is sent out to center. Valley Forge looking for a stretch pass there. Picked off by Kumnick, and he'll drive the offensive zone. Cuts around the outside, able to get it to Schweitzer. He falls before he can get a shot off. Kumnick behind the net tries to send it back out in front. Unable to do so. Off the bench comes Zachi at center. Tossed back into the offensive zone. Bowen will get there. Carrying up the left. Valley Forge gets possession, but it's kept by Zachi at the blue line. Now Baru will battle. He banks one off the boards trying to get in the zone. And the Pens will get the puck in. Baru's pressure trying to force a turnover. D to D by Valley Forge, and they'll get the zone exit here to Foligno. He'll pop it right back in the Valley Forge end. Puck pressure coming from Baru forces it to Luarchuk. It's taken from him. Valley Forge tries to come back the other way, but there's Vegas Golden Nate. He'll drive the left side. He finds Luarchuk. Back to Goldberg. Goldberg spins with it. Looks in front. Gets to Luarchuk. His shot skips off the, I believe, the shoulder of the goalie and goes wide of the glove side. Cleared around, banked off the boards, kept by Foligno. His shot blocked out front, and Valley Forge will try the stretch pass. Two players run into each other, and down goes a Minuteman. Picked up by Foligno, carried in behind Squish. He looks up, finds Luarchuk, feeds a nice pass there, and Luarchuk splits two defenders, carries in 3-on-2. He'll drive to the outside, crisscrossing with Goldberg. Turning with it, Luarchuk. He sends it back for a centering pass. That's cut off by Valley Forge. Valley Forge doing a good job defending in this one, breaking up a ton of centering passes. Luarchuk and Goldberg play catch in the corner. Luarchuk will send one towards the net. It's off the side of the cage and now in behind. Two Penguins there. Coming out with it, Baru. He'll find Foster. Foster's shot blocked, but he'll stay on the puck. Carries it to the right side. He'll battle there. Able to work it over to Baru. He spins in the corner. That centering pass skips it on net, and it's covered and held. That shot coming off the stick of Luarchuk. Another good scoring chance there for the Penguins. Bloom, Schweitzer, and Laurel come out. Bloom pushes it forward. Valley Forge gets to it behind the net. Wraps it around for Foster. He'll put it in behind. Bloom there, he had lost his stick and was picking it up, and the puck comes right to him. He tries to come out front. Four Valley Forge players pack the house, and they're able to clear. Schweitzer with a bit of a hook there as Valley Forge skips out the center. They could have a breakaway, but that's broken up by the back-checking Foster. Foster, now Schweitzer, and back to Foster. Foster will find Bloom, and it's 2-on-2 into the offensive zone. Bloom will carry to the outside. Shot up high, caught and held. Face off to the right of the Valley Forge net. Schweitzer tries a wraparound. That's stopped and covered. Just under 2 to play here in period 1. Goldberg on the draw. Kicked over to Vickers. He'll toss it in behind for Baru. He chips it. Vickers will get there in the corner. Battling there. He's got the point and he'll use it. It's Kumnik. He'll wrap it back around behind for Goldberg. A little high to low action here as Baru gets the puck. On the half wall. Trying to kick it into the corner. And it's knocked out and cleared by Valley Forge. Played into the zone by Kumnik. And that'll be an offside play on the Penguins. Goldberg to take the draw here. One to Vickers. He kicks it back to Kumnik, and Kumnik will carry the right-hand side. Centering pass, shot by Baru, stopped, not covered, and they'll battle in behind the net. Goldberg covering the D spot here. Baru comes back out in front. He tries another wraparound, and that also stopped and held. It'll be Bloom to take the draw. Offensive zone possession here for the Pens. Still 0-0. Kumnik will hustle to it, knock it into the corner. Bloom and Laurel give chase. Valley Forge reverses behind the net. Bowen gets there. Zachi and a Valley Forge player collide. And Zachi's unable to get out of the zone before Bloom carries it in, so we'll have another offside play. Face off outside of the blue line. Bloom on the draw. He's able to get it into the Valley Forge zone, but they knock it right back out into the Pens end. It'll be Foster back to get it. Skating hard, so he has plenty of space and time when he gets there. He'll send it just behind Bloom, who tries to kick it forward. He's knocked down, but it comes on to Bowen. Bowen drives towards the middle. It's knocked into the corner. He'll be the first one there. His centering pass skips right past Lohr, all the way to Foligno. His shot from the outside, kicked out, comes to Foster. Foster will shoot. Waved at it in front, unable to get the deflection, and the Valley Forge goaltender has it in the chest. 10.5 seconds to play in the first. Valley Forge wraps it around. Foligno keeps. Sending it towards Lohr, and this will end period number 1 here in Cranberry Township. Let's go back and watch a few more of those highlights. What do you guys say to that idea? What is Baru? Kumnik in, and the puck skips into the net. Austin Kumnik on the breakaway. Pick it up. Sending one in on net. Rebound there. Power play coming. Here's it. Kicks in front. Player knocked down. Puck still loose on the backhand. And he'll tuck it in. Bloomer. Number 1, the squish tenor, Connor Evans. Number 88, Danny Foster. Number 5, Dino Foligno. Number 2, Enzo Vickers. Number 26, Finn Bowen. And as they snipe one, let's get out to the side. Centering pass, sent in front. That's fought off. Another try. Spinning with the puck, sending it in, and it finds the back of the cage. Enzo Vickers. By Baru, trickle. All right, welcome back for period 2. We'll switch sides. We'll put 15 minutes on the clock, and we'll go to work. 0-0 game here in period 2 as Valley Forge carries it up the left side. Pressured by Felino. And the Pens Baru able to get control and carry it out the center. Cuts to the right side. Tries to cut back inside. Knocked off of his stick by Valley Forge. Down goes 3 players. And the Minutemen will try to carry it out of the zone. Vickers gets there, able to keep it in the Valley Forge end. And Valley Forge will try again. Foster gets control. He'll send it across for Luarchuk. He cuts to the outside, unable to kick it back to his teammate in front, and back come the Minutemen, banking it off the boards, where Foster will chase it down and get it back to Vickers. Knocked off his stick for Felino. Felino will send it right up to the Valley Forge line, and Vickers will get there 2-on-1, now 3-on-1. Tries to carry to the outside and center, and he sends it back in front, and a beautiful cross-ice diving pad save. Keeps the puck out, and the game tied. It'll be Schweitzer to take the draw. He'll have Lohr and Bowen with him. Dixon and Kumnick at the point. Face off one cleanly to Kumnick. Deflects in front and skips just past the blocker side. Dixon will keep it in at the blue line. Now Schweitzer. His centering pass intercepted and kicked back out to center where it's brought on by Valley Forge. Kumnick able to get there and knock it back to center ice where Bowen will skate into it and gain the offensive zone. His centering pass for Lohr connects, but it's knocked off of his stick and back come the Minutemen. Kumnick carries or pressures the puck and it forces Valley Forge to carry it in offsides. 13:24 to play here in period 2. Pens are keeping their shift short as we'll get the second line's third different group of forwards out for the Pens about a minute and a half into the period. Good, quick 45-second shifts. Valley Forge gains the offensive zone. That centering pass kicks past the Valley Forge forward where Luarchuk will skate into it. He's got a 3-on-2. He's around one, makes it a 2-on-1. Looking in front, he'll send a shot up high and over the net. Valley Forge able to get to it on the other side and send one up ice. It's off a Valley Forge player at center where Kumnick will gather it in behind. Carries behind Squish's net, banks it off the boards, looking for an indirect pass, but it comes off a Valley Forge defender. Kumnick with some speed chases it down. He'll fly into the wall behind in the corner where a battle will ensue, and it'll be Vickers in there for the Pens. Vickers knocks it around for Goldberg. Goldberg looks up, spins off the wall, fires one high short side. That'll miss the cage. Kumnick will pressure to try to keep it in and does. Back to the point, Luarchuk covering for Kumnick, able to keep it in and skip across the blue line. Centering pass cut off by Valley Forge again. And they'll bank it high off the glass and try to get it out the center. Kumnick will make sure that doesn't happen. He gets it to Vickers. Vickers will send it back for the corner. Valley Forge will clear it all the way down. Squish will have a bounce off the stick and set it up for Dixon. He goes behind the net for Kumnick. But Valley Forge gets there first. Two players collide. Kumnick gets whacked. No call. Dixon has the puck driving into the offensive zone. He looks to center. That's cut off. Another nice defensive play by Valley Forge. Pens need it. I think they do have a forwarded Schweitzer covering the other D spot. Here, a heavy cross-check coming on Zachi. And he'll get another cross-check behind the play as Schweitzer carries it into the corner. Bit of rough stuff coming here. Bloom with a shot up high, stopped and held. Bloom to take the draw to the right of the Valley Forge goal. Kicked back where Luarchuk will battle. Valley Forge able to get it up to the blue line and out. Bloom will take control. He possesses, banks an indirect pass off the boards for Zachi up in the play, but Valley Forge sends it all the way the other direction, and that'll be an icing. So we'll come back to the Valley Forge end with about 11 minutes to play here in the second, a 0-0 tie. Goldberg to take the draw. He tries for Baru, knocked past his stick by a Valley Forge defenseman. Zachi will gather it, find Luarchuk. He cuts to the middle, 2-on-2. He's got Goldberg. He finds him, but it skips off Goldberg's stick. He'll carry it around behind, centering pass. Luarchuk there, puck is loose in front. Battling for it and clearing it out is Valley Forge. Zachi gets there. Looks to set it up from his own end. Sends one all the way up to Luarchuk. He's got Goldberg again going with him. This time he cuts to the outside. Goes to center. It skips behind Golden Nate, where it'll be picked up by Baru. All the way to the point for Foligno. He drives in on his backhand. Sends one towards the net. That's blocked out front. Luarchuk will battle. That battle forces the puck to Baru. Baru will turn off the board, sending one wide to the glove side. Goldberg will get there. Goldberg kicks it into a corner where Valley Forge will get possession, trying to clear. No further than Dixon. His howitzer from the outside goes wide to the cage. Picked up by Baru. He tries a wraparound. Puck skipped free. It's in the net, but they blew the whistle, and they're going to say it's a goal. It might be the morning, but it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Grab an ice cold Baru with the goal on the wrap. And the Pens crack the scoreboard first. 1-0. Conversation at the Valley Forge bench. Probably a discussion about if the whistle had blown before the puck crossed the line. If we went back to instant replay, we might find that to be the case. Oh, he talks him out of the goal. Now Trevor Nelson will get involved in the conversation. It should be an offensive zone draw here for the Pens if they're going to take the goal off the board. They are going to take the goal off the board. So the Valley Forge coach able to talk the referees out of that one. And you can put that ice cold brew back. Hopefully you already have it down though. So coming around is Lure. He'll shoot one towards the net, gloved and held. So still 0-0 with 9:29 to play. Bloom to take the draw. One over to Schweitzer. Gets it up to the blue line, kept by Dixon, knocked back out by Valley Forge. Schweitzer will play it to Foster. Foster up to Lure. Lure finds Bloom, and he skates into the corner with it. He'll reverse looking for Schweitzer, jumps over his stick, and it'll be wrapped around for Lure in the other corner. He'll play it back in for Bloom as these three start a cycle. Bloom loses possession briefly, Buck pops free to Foster, who fires one in on net, and that's stopped and held. Good puck movement on that shift as those three were able to create a cycle, and it pops free to the open defenseman inside the left circle, where he's able to get a good scoring chance. It'll be Goldberg, Vickers, and Baru. Goldberg sends one in towards the net. Gathered by Valley Forge and wrapped around to the right side. Banked off the boards past Zachi and all the way down. It'll be Vickers, the first one there. Vickers and Kumnik looked like a good communication play there. But Vickers pickpocketed in the shot from outside. Gloved by Kumnik and knocked out of the air. Zachi will be the first one there. Now Kumnik. Kumnik tries to bank it off the boards. Both Pens defensemen in a battle on the wall. Good puck support for the Pens. Goldberg there as well. In comes Baru. Puck tied up on the boards, and we'll get a whistle and a face-off. So a disallowed goal, called a goal on the ice, and after a discussion with the Valley Forge coaching staff, they disagreed, and the referee obliged. It'll be Bloom on the draw. He knocks it forward. Valley Forge able to keep it in the zone, sending one towards the net. Foster will cut that off the boards for Bowen. He's unable to clear. Valley Forge will dump it back in the corner where Foligno will get there. He'll wrap it around, looking for Lohr, who's unable to clear the zone. Valley Forge with some pressure here. Sending one skipping wide, a squish, where Bowen will get there. Bowen tries to clear. He's unable to. It's finally brought out to center by Foster, who's able to find Lohr. Lohr gets it in the feet of Bloom, and Valley Forge will take possession and try to clear the zone. Stopped at the blue line by Foster and dumped back in for Bowen. Bowen into the corner, looks to center. We get a whistle. And it looks like we're going to get a penalty. Pens still had possession of the puck, but we get a whistle and a call. Pens, I believe, will head to the power play here. We'll have a 2-minute slashing call. And with 7:26 to play, the Pens will look to break the tie on the power play. It'll be Vickers, Baru, and Luarchuk. Vickers wins the draw, but it splits the Pens' defense, and they'll go back into their own end to regroup. First one there's Foster. He'll carry it in behind and look to run the controlled breakout. He finds Vickers on the opposite side, and the Pens have a 3-on-2 into the offensive zone. Onsides as he cuts to the middle, but he's pickpocketed, and back comes Valley Forge shorthanded. Shot from the outside, put into a corner by Squish. Foligno gets there. Knocked around behind for Foster, skipping out past Baru and out of the zone, but Valley Forge will put it right back in. In behind the net, Foligno. Short-handed pressure here by Valley Forge. He's able to get it to Luarchuk. He's under pressure by 2 Minutemen. Foster will come in. Now Baru kicks it forward, still kept in. Baru able to work it all the way out, and it'll be Vickers skating into it, and he may have a breakaway as he drives in on the offensive zone. Goes to the backhand. That's bobbled, it caught, and kept out by Valley Forge. A great save on the backhand attempt by Vickers. 52 seconds left on the power play. Pens will get a line change. It'll be Schweitzer, Bowen and Lohr, Dixon and Kumnik. Face-off won by the Minutemen. Confidence grows every moment Valley Forge plays this at a 0-0 tie. After being outscored 21-0 yesterday. Kumnik weaves in, he shoots one, it's off a stick and high over the net. Gathered in by Schweitzer. He'll turn from the corner, finds his partner backside, Lohr. Lohr shoots one, glove down, kept in by Kumnick. Kumnick will lose control, but only briefly. Right to Schweitzer. His shot, and he'll find the back of the net on the power play. Ryan Schweitzer tickles the twine with a twisted wrister. And the Pens take that 1-0 lead that they thought they had earlier. Schweitzer, a power play goal from Kumnick. And the Pens lead 1-0. Kumnick carries it back into the offensive zone, this time on the right side. A centering pass looking for Luarchuk, skips all the way through, kept in by Dixon. He'll rim it all the way around, back over towards Kumnick, who pinches down on that boards. Again, able to happen because of the support of Goldberg there. Vickers comes in, starts clearing some people out. And we'll get a little bit physical. Who sings that song, Get Physical? Pat Benatar or something? I don't know. Dixon keeps it in. We get a bump and now a cross check. And all but a fight in the corner. We get a body checking call, but then it's followed by a cross check and then a couple of shoves. Nobody worse for wear, and the Pens will go back to the power play. The Seven Fields Wealth Management power play. They have a power play goal already off the stick of Schweitzer, and they'll put him back out there. Schweitzer, Bloom, and Bowen. Zachi and Foligno on the back end. Schweitzer gets the puck, centers it right to Bowen. Bowen shot, skips through, and it'll be Finn Bowen finding the 5-hole from Ryan Schweitzer, and another power play goal for your Pens lead. Two nothing Penguinis. .454 to play in period 2. Puck knocked forward by Bloom, gathered by Valley Forge at the blue line. They send it up the left wing, and they'll dump it in the corner. First one back is Zachi. Zachi hammers it off the boards right to Schweitzer. He's cut off as he tries to exit the zone, and now it'll be Dino Foligno behind the net. He banks it off the boards for Bowen, turns around off the stick of Bloom out to center. Valley Forge gets there, they'll turn it back the other way, and it'll be an offside play. That should come the whole way back outside of the Valley Forge end from where the pass originated. Nice call by the official there, he got that one. Again, two young officials getting some work, learning how to do that part of this wonderful game we call hockey. It'll be Goldberg on the draw, knocks it forward to Luarchuk. Countered by Valley Forge, back out the center, and Goldberg will try again. He's got Baru with him, and then Baru will pressure. Baru ridden down on the play. Puck kicks free to Goldberg. He's on his backhand, he'll find Luarchuk. One move, two moves, and he's knocked to the ice. Puck cleared but not out as it's kept by Dixon. Second time it gets clear. Chasing it down now, Foster. The physicality continues as they rush through center. Pens will counter it back to the Valley Forge blue line. Luarchuk will pressure the defense there. A nice reversal cut off by Luarchuk. Valley Forge will try a second time to exit. This time they get it out the center, no further as Dixon gets possession. But now Valley Forge is clear around the left side. Can they get the whole way in? Carrying on the backhand, he'll turn up. Look to the point, nobody home as Valley Forge changes behind the play. Comes all the way back through center ice. Foster there to battle that one, but in comes Valley Forge. Dixon breaks that play up. It comes to Goldberg, now Baru. Baru carries to the right. He thought he had a goal earlier. This time he falls down, and Valley Forge will get a chance to try to exit. They're going to try to run these stretch passes now. As you can see, they keep sending a wing up ice. We have a body check from behind, no call. Puck centered, and Valley Forge will come back the other way. Valley Forge one-on-one against Kumnik. Back checking is Bloom. He'll break the play up. Kick it up to the blue line no further. It's sent to the half wall. Lore's in after it. Two guys collide. Most of the damage there done to the boards as Bloom steps in. He's pickpocketed. Centering pass skips off a Valley Forge player's stick right to the stick of, I think, Schweitzer, carrying it up the outside. He's bodied. He'll center a pass, unable to get it through. Schweitzer back on the puck. He's rubbed as it comes around to Bloom. Bloom fires on the brakes. Two players go down there, and they'll end up on Bloom's stick. He'll battle on the half wall, and Valley Forge will come back the other way. They have a 2-on-1, except for the fact that Schweitzer's there on the back check with a little stick lift, tosses it up for Lore, bounces off his stick, and back come the Minutemen. Kumnik there to send it right back into the Valley Forge zone, where it'll be pressured by Schweitzer behind the Valley Forge net. Down goes a Minuteman, picking the puck up. Lore tries to send it in front. That's stopped and kicked back out by Valley Forge, where Kumnik will keep it in at the blue line, driving the right side, carrying it in behind, looking for Bloom. Bloom reverses back to Lore. Lore sends one out in front, looking for the point man, Zachi. He's defended well. Now Kumnik will fight for it, and Valley Forge will pop away with it, but it's knocked back to the corner by Zachi. Valley Forge rims it all the way around behind their net. Kumnik keeps it on the backhand, sends it into the corner for Bloom. Battled for there. He'll cut in front and weave to the outside. He looks backside for Lore. That pass is picked off. Stepping up on the play is Zachi, and back come Valley Forge one-on-one play until the rest of the crew gets back in it. It's ultimately Zachi able to win the battle and get it to Goldberg. He's in all by himself. 2-on-0, shot, stop, rebound, battled for by Zachi, and it kicks free, and it'll be tapped in. I believe it'll be Lorzi getting the tap in. It might have been Zachi in front. I don't know if it crossed the line before. Lore got a stick on it. I think it was a cross. I'm going to give it to Zachi. On the shot from Goldberg. And it's 3-0 Pens with 30 seconds left in period 2. Face-off won by the Pens, sent in by Foster. Right there's Vickers with the puck pressure. Valley Forge will turn it back the other direction, and it'll be Foligno cutting it off at center, looking for Goldberg. Goldberg gains the zone. Now Vickers, he tries to center. That's cut off. Valley Forge will stick handle and bank it off the wall. Getting there, Baru. He turns it into the offensive zone. Able to bank it off the boards on a reverse play for Foster. He was able to get a shot off, but it's right at the horn. And that'll end the second period of play here from the Lemieux Center.
No matter what you create, no matter what you do, we have the right music for you.
All right, a microphone issue there. We switch sides. We put 15 back on the clock, and we're going to get period 3 underway here. And the Pens Elite versus Valley Forge. Battle in the corner. Valley Forge able to kick it up to the blue line and carry it out the center. Foligno there to break it up. It'll pop right to Bloom. He carries to the right. He's angled nicely by the defense, and he'll kick it up into the corner off the glass. Bowen will be the first one there. Uses his body to protect the puck. As it's wrapped around by Valley Forge, but kept at the point by Foligno, he'll look to Foster. Foster goes around one, cuts back to the middle. Foster turns, fires, and it skips wide of the net. Off of a stick in front. Back to the point, Foligno. Foligno sends one low and wide. Picked up behind, trying to wrap it around was Lohr, I believe. And it'll be Bloom getting to the puck. He finds Foster. He'll step into one, using the defender as a screen. It gets the whole way through, in on net where it's stopped and held. Offensive zone face-off coming for the Pens. It'll be Vickers on the draw. Won by Valley Forge, kept in by Lewarchuk, but now Dixon at the blue line. D to Kumnick. Kumnick will fire. That deflects out front and skips wide. Lewarchuk will get there first. Plays it in behind. Now it's Baru. Baru in the corner. He'll get into a battle. 2 Valley Forge players, 2 Penguins. Who's going to win this one? Puck still in the corner, and it kicks back to Kumnick at the point. He turns, drives towards the middle. Beautiful feed to Lewarchuk. He sends a shot in, and that'll beat the netminder. Out of the corner to Kumnick. Kumnick able to get towards the middle, send a beautiful pass across to Lewarchuk. Nice read there by Kumnick. And the Pens lead 4-0. Schweitzer on the draw. He ends up with possession at their own blue line. He goes indirect off the boards to Lohr, who will carry up the right-hand side. He tries to dangle one before centering, and it kicks free to Bowen. Now nudged by Lohr on a pull play. Before sent back to center for Dixon. He fires it up off the boards to Bowen. Bowen gains the zone on the left. Knocked off his stick. Valley Forge will try to exit. Multiple Penguins there in support as Dixon keeps it in and finds the corner. Set up behind the net by the Valley Forge goalie and wrapped around. Clearing attempt by Valley Forge, kept by Dixon again. We'll play catch here. Dixon, Valley Forge, Dixon. Now Schweitzer peels off the wall. He's confronted, and comes the puck the other way. Driving to the outside on Kumnick, a nice centering feed. That's cut off. A better play by Dixon, who's able to find Schweitzer, who's 1-on-2. Into the offensive zone, carrying around to the right. He pulls up, waits, looks for a teammate. He had Dixon driving the net in front. Sends it that way, but it's kicked behind by Valley Forge, wrapped around, where it's cut off by Lewarchuk, and the Pens complete the line change that left Schweitzer in the 1-on-2 to begin with. Lewarchuk, a great centering pass for Vickers. His backhander skips wide of the net. Goldberg gets there. He'll dangle 2 with a nifty move and center a puck. Lewarchuk, first shot, second shot, stopped, first shot blocked. Second shot, nice save by Valley Forge. Able to kick it into the corner, and the Minutemen are able to exit the zone. Zachi back to defend. Cutting to the middle, Minuteman player is able to send one in towards Squish. He might have gotten a stick on it to send it to the corner. It was trickling wide. Shot off the side of the net. Carried in behind. Valley Forge with some puck pressure and possession here before it's knocked off their stick, and back come the Pens. It's a 4-on-2 into the offensive zone. Played to the outside to Vickers. He'll peel up. He looks. Fires him back in front for Goldberg. First shot blocked with a stick. Second shot kicks just wide on the blocker shot. Kept at the blue line by Zachi. For Luarchuk. He looks backside for Vickers. He had him open, but a good deflected pass there by Valley Forge made the play harder. Here we've got Foligno sending one in front for Luarchuk. His backhander stopped and held. Pens cleared out from in front of the cage. And with 10:35 to play in the game, it's 4-0 Penguins and an offensive zone draw. We want to remind everybody to subscribe to the channel below. Hope you're enjoying today's broadcast here from the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex, home of the Pittsburgh Penguins and Pittsburgh Penguins Elite. Bloom with the puck on the half wall, knocks it in behind the Valley Forge goalie. He'll rim it around. That play's cut off by Foster. His shot towards the middle off of a stick will be gathered by Bloom. Turning, looking, spinning out of trouble. Finding some more before supported by Schweitzer. His centering pass off the stick of Bowen and wide. Foster the first one there as Schweitzer's able to keep it at the blue line. And now Foster. They battle. Valley Forge will try a third time. That one goes up off the dasher board, off the official, to be gathered in by Schweitzer. Now Foster, now Schweitzer. He finds Bloom open on the outside. He'll drive in. He kicks a backhander wide of the net. Followed up by Schweitzer in behind. His pass to the point taken by Dixon and driven back in behind the net. It'll be Valley Forge first to the puck. Pressure from Bowen. But Valley Forge is able to knock it out to center where Schweitzer will gather it in. He goes indirect to Foster, and Foster gains the offensive zone in a 3-on-1, now 3-on-2. Drives to the outside backhand, cuts back to the inside. Dangles, wraps it around, and it's stopped and held. Laying on his back, the Valley Forge goaltender is able to somehow keep that one out. Goldberg on the draw. Popped in behind. Cleared around for Kumnik. He keeps it in. But Valley Forge will come back now. They've got a 2-on-1. Luarchuk on the back check, trying to break it up. It's blocked out front by Kumnik before it can get through to Squish. Wrapped around but kept at the blue line by Valley Forge. They'll send it into the corner. Spinning away from Kumnik is a Valley Forge forward before Goldberg able to get there. And clear it up to the blue line where it's knocked out to center by Baru. Followed on by Zachi. He's got to get back on D. He will get to the puck first. He goes off the boards into the offensive zone, and it'll be Baru giving chase. Baru looks to center one. That's knocked back, so he'll try a wraparound instead. Puck behind the net. He'll go the other side looking to center. That one also fended off by the Valley Forge defense. Doing a good job packing the house here. Trying to tip and break up some of these centering passes as well as block shots. They haven't generated a ton offensively, but they've done a better job defending here. Zachi gets the puck. He'll shoot one. It's off of a pad in front. Shooting a second time. That's off of a skate. Cleared but not out. Gathered again by Zachi. He's like a dog on a bone with that puck. Valley Forge will ultimately get control. They clear it up off the helmet of a teammate on the bench. We'll get a whistle, but it'll be an offensive zone draw coming for the Pens. 7:36 to play in the third. Face off won by the Pens over to Lohr. Lohr sends it in front looking for Bowen. He'll end up behind the net. He sends it out front, skips past the forwards right to the stick of Foligno. He pulls up, looks, sends one towards the net, deflects, and what a save on the deflection. Another offensive zone draw here. Shot in from Bowen, stopped by the stick of the goaltender. Bloom in the corner, battles for it, kept in by Foster. Ultimately knocked past him and all the way down. Foligno, first one there. No icing. He's got time to carry it behind the net and start a breakout. Squish fell down on the play. Not sure what that was all about. As Valley Forge will get possession, they try to get a shot through. That's blocked, and Foligno will send it up looking for Lohr. Valley Forge counters. Gathered by Foster in the D zone, and he'll run a breakout to Bowen. Nice pass there. Foster follows on and carries it into the offensive zone. He's in up the left-hand side, stick slashed out of his hand. And he dives at the feet of the Valley Forge player, and we'll have a penalty on Foster for tripping. Then the Pens will head to the penalty kill for the first time today. They've got a pair of power play goals. Now they'll be shorthanded. Face-off won by the Pens, back to Kumnik. Kumnik will fire it into the offensive zone where Vickers will be in after it. He ends up with the puck, taking it the clearing attempt from Valley Forge. Battle in the corner. Puck kicks free, it'll be Valley Forge. Playing it back out to center. That pops over the stick of Kumnik, but he'll gather it back in. He's ridden to the ice, protects the puck with his leg, and able to knock it back into the Valley Forge end where Vickers will give chase again. Rimmed around by Valley Forge. This time it's Dixon keeping it in on the left. Back to the point, stopped there by Goldberg. Now Dixon. Dixon looking in front, tries to center it. It's knocked off of a stick. Vickers will get there. He'll wrap it back around for Goldberg. Valley Forge will try to exit the zone on the power play, but it's cut off by Dixon. Lots of shorthanded pressure here for the Pens. Kumnik keeps it in, skips off of a defender wide of the net. Goldberg will get there. He makes a nice move in the corner, carries it behind, knocked down on the play. We have a delayed penalty call coming. This will negate the rest of the power play. Pens control the puck. It'll be Kumnik with it. He turns, maintains possession. Pens get the fifth guy out there. Centering pass, cut off and stopped. Squish will return to the net, and we'll play 4-on-4 hockey for the next 35 seconds. Before the Pens will have a minute and 25 power play. A power play that's been lethal so far this morning, with 2 power play goals, one by Bowen and one by Schweitzer. Baru on the draw. Over to Lowarchuk. He's behind the net. 4-on-4 hockey. Carrying behind, looking in front. He wraps around and he'll find the back of the cage. Coming out from behind the net. Valley Forge packs the house, and I think they forced their goaltender to back in. And it will still be 4-on-4 hockey. I think we'll have Lowarchuk from Baru on the 4-on-4 goal. Special teams coming into play here as we have 2 power play and a 4-on-4 tally for the Pens on this 5-0 lead. Still 4-on-4 hockey for 24 seconds before the Pens will have a power play. Turning with it and getting control is Valley Forge as they come into the Pens end 4-on-4. Back pressure from Foligno and Lowarchuk break up the play, but a shot comes from the outside. It's gloved down by Zachi, who kicks at it and is able to free it up for Lowarchuk. He'll find Baru, and he's into the offensive zone. Drives to the right, fires one back, and he hits iron. Big Ben strikes one. And the Pens are on the power play now. Lowarchuk with it in a corner. He works it to Bloom. They look for puck possession. Wrapped around behind by Valley Forge. They bank it off the boards as they possess in their own end shorthanded. That's broken up by Lowarchuk. He's got 3 Valley Forge players on. He knocks it free to Bloom. Bloom will carry to the corner. He's pressured by a pair of Valley Forge players. He's able to work it out to the point for Dixon. Dixon D to Foster. Foster will drive in, fire one from outside off of a pad in front. Rebound kicks free, and it's stopped and held. A nice power play there where they were able to get the puck deep in the corner. Bloom was able to work it out high to Dixon. Dixon went D to his partner Foster, who's able to step into the top of the circles and fire one in, creating havoc in front. The Valley Forge goalie able to get a hold of it though. And 35 seconds left on the power play. Bloom and Schweitzer. Over to Foster. Foster finds Lohr. Knocked off his stick. It'll come free again. This time it's Dixon in his skates, and Foster will end up with the puck. Driving to the outside, looking, feeding one back in front. That's blocked. He'll carry it behind. Coming back, looking for a wraparound. Not there, cut off by Valley Forge and kicked out past the Pens defense into center. That one will come all the way down, and it's far enough for icing with 2:53 to play in the third. Power play over for the Penguins, but an offensive zone draw nonetheless. It'll be Goldberg to take the draw. Face off one over to Baru. Baru's shot blocked. Second attempt knocked off of his stick. Puck in his feet. He'll keep battling for it. And it's ultimately kicked out by Valley Forge. They got a 2-on-1. Puck sent in past Kumnik, who'll get on his horse and chase it down behind. He gets there first. Bodied by Valley Forge. They'll get possession, try to center. That's cut off. Valley Forge with it still behind the net, though. Somebody's pad came out. There's a leg pad, it looks like, on the ice. Bodied on the side. Knocked forward for Zachi. Kumnik will follow on, and he'll find Zachi. Zachi leading the rush. Able to get it into the offensive zone and into the corner. Pops it forward, looking for Goldberg. And it's possessed by the Penguins on the half wall. Under 2 to play. 5-0 lead. And Valley Forge blazes up ice. They've got a 2-on-2 coming here. That's broken up by Kumnik, but gathered in by Valley Forge. A shot from outside. Skips wide of the cage. Picked up by the Pens. Goldberg. He's unable to clear. Following on for Pittsburgh is Kumnik, who gets it out to center. Goldberg tries for Baru, but back come the Minutemen. Minuteman pressure late in the game. They did this in game 1, too. Able to apply some late pressure inside of 2 minutes. Puck sent in behind for Bowen. Bowen will possess it and look to exit the Penn zone. A backhand pass connects through. It'll be Lohr. Stick handling at center, working it over to Zachi. Zachi centers one. Tons of bodies in front. Penn's only with one defenseman back. That defenseman, Foligno, able to keep the puck at the blue line. Pens are going to change the defense behind the play as Foster comes on. Valley Forge ends up with the puck, but right there's the back-checking Penguins to free it up for Foster. His sauce pass hits Bowen. Bowen looks for Lore. Bounces off of his stick, but Bloom follows on. He'll drive to the middle, dance around one, come in, wrapping around behind. Pens carry it behind the net a lot. Right there before you get there. See if there's a pass option. Felino ends up with it in the neutral zone. He looks for his partner Foster, who is gapped up on, but he's able to deflect it to Bowen, who carries up the left. He cuts to the middle, centers one. It's off of a Valley Forge skate. Another centering pass is caught and held, and the Pens complete the weekend with a 3-0 sweep of the Valley Forge Minutemen. 8-0, 13-0 in this one, 5-0 back-to-back shutouts for your Pens Elite in their spring hockey event here at the UPMC Lemieux Center. A Cinnamon Swirl production. Thank you all for joining us here. Thanks to cameraman Dan Foster. We'll see you during the season when we start up for real in August.